My uncle always used to say to me, Kader, the best money is fast money. And he's right. So how do we make fast money in recruitment? Well, typically, most people pick sectors that have long sales funnels. So think IT, a director position, you could wait 6 to 8 months before you get your first pay. So I picked 5 sectors, 5 jobs that you need to get started in or begin to recruit in if you want money within 30 days. Yeah. So our aim is to get paid within 30 days. That's what this is about. And this all stems from personal experience rather than me just being random about it. I've made these placements. I've got a client placement paid within 30 days. Now, my payment term says 15 days. I always allow up to 30. But all in all, you can, in theory, get paid within 30 days, or at least make a placement within 30 days. So I'm going to talk about 5 sectors and why they're important and why they work brilliantly. So number 1 is healthcare. Healthcare has a big demand. It's large in scope. Social care as well. Throw that in there. I'm in that sector. I'm recruiting in it currently. But some of the placements move very quick. The one thing we do need from all 5 of these is a necessity. So I can run an office without an administrator. I can get someone else to cover that shift. I can't get one person to cover 2 shifts as a nurse, for example. Yeah. So it's a demand. If I've got a care home that needs staffing, I need someone quick, urgent. I want to interview. I mean, I made placements where people have been offered jobs on the phone without meeting. We've had instances of that. So it does happen, and it will get your placement or the cash flow going in, because with all businesses, cash flow is the most important thing. Yeah. And if you run a business with poor cash flow, you won't have a business in the long term. Now, second one is automotive. I've told this story many times, but one of my first placement, it was my first placement, was a guy that called up and said, you're Turkish, I'm Turkish, and we're gonna, can you get me a job? I said, yeah, I'll try my best. First placement, by the way. First client, I said to the guy, look, I'm gonna send him in, book the interview, confirmation to both of them. And then he went for an interview. I didn't hear back from him all day. He went in the morning. I didn't hear back from him all day. He calls me after work. I said, what happened? I couldn't get through to the client either. He goes, yeah, I started working already. They gave me the job after the interview. I said, oh, great. That worked out really well. So it does move quick. Automotive, we need a mechanic. We got all these cars backed up in the parking lot. We need to get these serviced out quick, urgently. Now, the third one equally is sort of engineering, manufacturing. If you've got a factory or think warehouses, the demand is obviously, you get the general idea with this method. Yeah, it's people that need to be on the ground, people skills, people need to be there, not so necessarily bums on seat, but we need a skilled, CNC machinist or whatever they're called. We need those in now. Now, the fourth one is, believe it or not, and this conversation come up in our recruitment group, is catering and hospitality. You know for a fact, if you go to a restaurant and the wait is slow, you're going to lose business. Yeah? So look at catering and hospitality. That might fall into the temporary market, but all in all, it's very important to have the staff. Your restaurant's finished if you don't have staff in the kitchen. Finished. They'll pay you through the nose, ear. If your chef handed these notice in, boy, I better find a good chef urgently. Get him trained up, get him familiar with everything. I don't want to be doing writing the menu for next week. I need to get a chef in. So it's out of necessity, and we're paid out of necessity. Yeah, and urgency. Number 5 on this list is events. So think of events as, could be anything. You're running an event. There's a set date. There's a set time. There's a weekly schedule. Everything needs to get done. So look around the events sector. I don't know how, I can't remember, but I got in with this events company once, and they hired everyone I sent them. Yeah, and it was always urgent. One interview, bang, in. So I picked up a few more clients in it, and it sort of expanded from there. Yeah, so look at events, look at things like that, wedding planners, blah, blah, blah. Think of anything. So I think, for one, these are 5 sectors. Use your brain. But importantly, and I say that respectfully, use your brain, just have a think, like I have done in this video. Respectfully, cash flow is important. I prefer to make, weekly income coming in rather than, oh, I might make that placement, big placement once a month. I prefer numbers so I can quantify it and cash flow it. I've always been the lower sort of mid tier, and I do a few placements here and there that are big money, but I don't put too much resources behind it. That's how I like to run my business, more secure, cash flow heavy, and take it from there. So hope you enjoyed this video. All the best.